Oh dear.
Your call, please.
Operator, I've been dialing Murray Hills 4098 now for the three-quarter of hour, and the line always busy, but I don't see how I could busy that long. Will to try it for me, please?
Hurry here 40098. One moment, please.
I don't see how I could be busy long all the time. It's my husband office working late tonight, and I'm alone here in the house. My health is very poor, and I've been feeling nervous all day.
Ringing Murray Hill 40098.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, George?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Who is this? What's number I'm calling, please?
We have heard from our client. He says the cost is cleared for tonight.
Yes, sir.
Where are you now?
In a phone booth.
Okay, you know the address. At 11 o'clock, the private patrolman goes around to the bar on 2nd Avenue for a beer. Be sure that all the lights downstairs are out. There should be only one light visible from the street. At 11:15, a subway train crosses the bridge. It makes a noise in case her window is open and she should scream.
Oh, hello? What's number is this, please?
Okay, I understand.
Make it quick, as little blood as possible. Our client does not wish to make her suffer long.
A knife okay, sir?
Yes, a knife will be okay. And remember, remove the rings and bracelets and the jewelry in the bureau drawer. Our client wishes it look like simple robbery.
Okay, I get.
Oh, how I feel, how unspeakably.
Your call, please.
I, Operator, just been cut off.
I'm sorry, madam. What number were you calling?
Why? It was supposed to be a Murray Hills 4098, but it was somewhere was crossed. I was cut into wrong number, and I've just heard the most dreadful thing. A murder, and operator will supply have a retrace that call once per once.
I beg your pardon, madam. I didn't quite.
Oh, I know. I was the wrong number and I had a business listening, but these two men, they were cold-blooded friend, some poor innocent woman who was all alone in a house near a bridge, and we've got to stop them. We've got to.
What number were you calling, madam?
That doesn't matter that I was the wrong number and I dialed it. I would be got to find out what is what immediately.
But, madam,
Oh, why you're so stupid? Look at I was obviously because some little slip a finger. I told you to try a Murray Hills 498 for me. You dialed in, but your finger must slip, and I was connected with some other number, and I could hear them by the cold hear me and supply feel the see why could make mistake again. Purpose why you could try to dial Murray Hills 498 in the same girlish sort of way.
Murray Hill 4098. I will try to get it for you, madam.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Murray Hill 4098 is busy.
Operator? Operator!
Yes, madam.
You did not try to get a wrong number. All I asked unspeakably and you did was dial correctly.
I am sorry. What number were you calling?
I can cannot you for once forget on what number I'm calling? Do you something specific? Now I want to trace that call. It's my civic duty. Is your civic duty to trace that call and to appreciate that dangerous killer and if you want,
I will connect you with the chief operator.
please.
This is a chief operator.
Chief operator, I want to trace that call telephone call immediately. I don't know where it come from the or was making it, but it obviously necessary that it be traced done because I was about murder. Yes, a trouble cold-blooded murder a poor innocent woman tonight at 11:15.
I see.
Can you trace that for me? Can you track down those men?
It's depend, madam.
Depend on what?
It depends on whether the call is still going on if it's alive. We can trace into the equipment if it's begin disconnected.
Disconnected?
If the parts stop talking to each other.
Oh, but of course they must have a stupid talking to each other by now. What the last 5 minutes ago, and they doesn't not sound like they thought who would make a long call.
Well, I can try trace it now. What is your name,
My
madam?
Mrs. Stevenson, Mr. Albert Stevenson. But listen,
And your number?
Plaza 42295. It's if you go on watching all this time.
And what is your reason for waiting this call, please?
My reason will be heaven's sake, and is not it obvious overheard two men they killer they're planning it to murder and woman it matter for the police.
Have you told the police?
No, how could I?
You make this check into the private call fully as a private individual.
Yes, but meanwhile,
Well, Mrs. Stevenson, I realize both whether we could make this check for you at this time, just on you say as a private individual, we have to have something more official.
oh, for heaven's sake, you meant to tell me I cannot report murder without us getting tied and all this red type. Why I perfectly idiotic. All right, then I will call the police. Read you soon.
Your call, please.
The police department, please.
Ring the police department.
Police Department, Precinct 43, Duffy speaking.
Police department. Oh, this is Mrs. Stevenson, Mr. Albert Smith Stevenson of the 15 North Sutton Place. I'm calling to report a murder.
Eh?
I mean, the murder has been committed yet. I just overheard planned for it over the telephone over the wrong number and the operator give me. I've been trying to trace down the call myself, but everybody it's so stupid, and I guess the end area only people who could do anything.
Yes, ma'am.
It was a perfectly defined murder, and I heard that plans deceived two men were talking, and they were going to murder some woman at 11:15 tonight and live in a house near a bridge.
Yes, ma'am.
And there was a private patrolman on the street and was going to around on the on the Second Avenue and where was something a third man. A client was paying to have a poor woman a murdered. They and bracelet and use a knife. Well, and dreadful, and I'm not well.
I see. When was all this, ma'am?
Oh, it's me.
Hello? 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 George? Yes, sir?
Hello? Who's this? What's number I'm calling, please?
We have heard from our client. He said that cause is clear for tonight. Yes, sir. Where are you now? In a phone booth. Okay, you know the address. At 11 o'clock, the private patrolman goes around to the bar on 2nd Avenue for a beer. Be sure that all the lights downstairs are out. There should be only one light visible from the street. At 11:15, a subway train crosses the bridge. It makes a noise in case her window is open and she should scream.
Oh, hello? What number is this, please?
Okay, I understand. Make it quick, as little blood as possible. Our client does not wish to make her suffer long. Is a knife okay, sir? Yes, a knife will be okay. And remember, remove the rings and bracelet and the jewelry in the bureau drawer. Our client wishes it to look like simple robbery.
Okay, I get.
Oh, how awful, how unspeakably.
Your call, please.
Operator, I've been just cut off.
I'm sorry, madam. What number were you calling?
Why, it was supposed to be a Murray Hills 498, but it wasn't. Somewhere must have a cross. I was cut into wrong number and I just heard the most dreadful thing, a murder. And operator, you'll supply have to retrace that call at once.
I beg your pardon, madam. I don't quite.
Oh, I know, it's a wrong number and I'm no business listening, but these two men, they were called the blooded friends. Some poor innocent woman who was all alone in the house near a bridge. And we've got to stop them. We've got to.
What number were you calling, madam?
What doesn't matter, this is the wrong number. And you dialed it, and we've got to find out in what is what's immediately.
But, madam,
Oh, we're so stupid. Look at this obviously a piece of the little slip of the finger. I told you to try my health 498 for me. You dialed, but your finger was asleep, and I was connected to some other number, and I could hear them that they couldn't hear me. What the supplies for me is why you couldn't make that mistake then. On purpose, why you couldn't try to dial Murray Hills 498 in the same careless sort of way.
Murray Hill 498. I will try to get it for you, madam.
Thank you.
I am sorry, Murray Hill 498 is busy.
Operator? Operator.
Yes, madam.
You didn't try to get the wrong number, that's all? I asked explicitly, and all you did was dial correctly.
I am sorry. What number were you calling?
Can't you, for once, forget what number I was calling and do something specific? Now I want to trace that call. It's my civic duty. It's your civic duty to trace that call, and I appreciate those dangerous killer and if you want.
I will connect you with the chief operator.
Please.
This is a chief operator.
Operator? I want to trace a call, a telephone call immediately. I don't know where it come from or who was making it, but it's absolutely necessary that it be tracked down because it was about a murder. Yes, a terrible cold-blooded murder of a poor innocent woman tonight at 11:15.
I see.
Can you trace it for me? Can you track down those men?
It's depend, madam.
Depends on what?
Depends on whether the call is going. If it's a live call, we can try it on the equipment. If begin disconnected, we can.
Disconnected?
If the parties stop talking to each other.
Oh, but of course they must have stupid talking to each other by now. That was the last 5 minutes ago, and they did not sound like the type who would make a long call.
Well, I can try tracing it. Now, what is your name, madam?
Mrs. Stevenson, Mr. Albert Stevenson, but listen.
And your telephone number?
Plus up for 2295 if you go on watching all this time.
And what is your reason for wanting this call traced?
My reason will be heaven's sake. Isn't obvious overhead to man the killer they planning to murder a woman in the matter for the police.
Have you told the police?
No, how could I?
You make this check into the private call purely as a private individual.
Yes, but meanwhile.
Well, Mrs. Stevenson, I realize both whether we would make this check for you at this time, just on you say so as a private individual, we'd have to have something more official.
For heaven's sake, you mean to tell me that I can report a murder without getting tied up in all this red tape? Why, it's perfectly idiotic. Alright then, I will call the police. Registries.
Your call, please.
The police department, please.
Ringing the police department.
Police Department, Precinct 43, Duffy speaking.
Police department? Oh, this is Mr. Stevenson, Mr. Albert Smith Stevenson of 53 North Sutton Place. I'm calling to report a murder.
Eh,
I mean the murder isn't been connected yet. I just overheard phone for over telephone over the wrong number and the operator give me. I've been trying to get a trace down the call myself. Everybody, it's so stupid. So I guess the end, you're only people who could do anything.
Yes, ma'am.
It was a perfectly defined murder. I had a third part discipline. Two men that were talking today were going to murder some woman at 11:15 tonight, and she lived in the house near a bridge.
Yes, ma'am.
There was a private patrolman on the street. I was going to around on the pier at Second Avenue, and there was a something third Eric. A client was paying to have this poor woman murdered. They were going to take her rings and bracelet, and they used knife. Will you dreadful and I'm not well.
I see. When was all this, ma'am?
About 8 minutes ago. Oh, thank you. Can do something you do understand?
And what is your name, ma'am?
Mrs. Stevenson, Mr. Albert Stevenson.
And your address?
53 Sutton Place, that near a bridge and the Queenborough Bridge. You know, we have a private patrolman on our street at 2nd Avenue.
And what was that number you were calling?
Murray Hills 408, but it wasn't the number I overhead. And Murray Hills 409 is my husband's office. He's working late tonight, and I was trying to reach him. I asked her, come home, and invalid, you know, it's made in night of in hate to be alone, even thought he say I'm perfectly safe as along that telephone right beside my bed.
Well, we'll look into Mrs. Stevenson and see if we can check it with the telephone company.
But the telephone company said I couldn't check a call if the parties had a stupid talking have taken care of the.
Oh, yes.
Personally, I feel you ought to something for me immediately. I trusting that just check the call. What does checking the call do? If they stop talking, by the time you track down, they already have committed the murder.
Well, we'll take care of it, lady. Don't worry.
I'd say the whole thing called for search, a complete through search of the whole city. I'm very near a bridge and I'm not from the Second Avenue and I know I feel a whole lot better. You sent a radio car to the neighborhood once.
And what makes you think the murder's going to be committed in your neighborhood, ma'am?
Oh, I don't know. This is coincidence. Is a horrible Second Avenue and a patrolman on the bridge.
Second Avenue is a long street, ma'am, and do you happen to know how many bridges there are in the city of New York alone? Not to mention Brooklyn, Staten Island, Queens, and the Bronx. And how do you know there isn't some little house out on Staten Island on some little Second Avenue you've never heard about? How do you know they were even talking about New York at all?
But I heard the call on the New York dialing system.
How do you know it wasn't a long distance call you overheard? Telephones are funny things. Look, lady, why don't you look at this way, supposing to you hadn't broken in your telephone call, supposing you got your husband the way you always do. Would this murder have made any difference to you then?
I suppose not, but it's so inhuman and so cold-blooded.
A lot of murders are committed in this city every day, ma'am. If we could do something to stop them, we would, but a clue of this kind that's so vague isn't much more use to us than no clue at all.
But seriously,
Unless, of course, you have some reason for thinking this call is phony, and that someone may be planning to murder you.
me? Oh no, I hardly think so. I mean, why should nobody? I'm alone in the at night. I see nobody except my mind. Else his big 200-pounder and she's too lazy to bring up my breakfast tray and the only other person is my husband Albert. He's crazy about me, others me and why on me has a fault. He's scarly left my side since I talked 12 years ago.
Well, then, there's nothing for you to worry about, is there? And now, if you'll just leave the rest of us.
But what will you do? It's so late. It's nearly 11 o'clock.
Well, take care of it, lady.
Will you broadcast it all over the city and send out squad and warn your radio because what's out strictly in suspicious neighborhood like the mine?
Lady, I said we'd take care of it. Just now, I've got a couple of each other matters here on my desk. They require my immediate.
Oh, idiotic! No, why did that I do that? Now hell think I am full on why doesn't Albert come home? Why did that he?
Your call, please.
Peter, for heaven's sake, will you ring the Murray Hills 498 again? I can think what's keeping him so long.
Ringing Murray Hill 498. The line is busy. Shall I?
I can hear it. You don't have to tell me. I know it's busy. If I could only get at this bed a little while and I could breath of fresh air, or just clean all window, I see that street. Hello, Albert? Hello? 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 Oh, what's the matter with this phone? Hello? 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 Oh, for heaven's sake, who's this? Hello? 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 Your call, please. Hello, operator. I don't know what's the matter of this telephone tonight, but it's possibly driving to crazy and never switch off. Specific possible service. No, look, I'm so invalid. I'm very nervous. I'm not supposed to be annoyed, but this keep on much longer.
What seems to be trouble, madam?
Well, everything's wrong. The whole world could be murdered. We're all people, and I know my phone keeps ringing.
Yes, madam.
Ringing, ringing, and ringing. Everything 5 seconds for so, and when I pick it up, there's no one stir.
I'm sorry, madam. If you will hang up, I will test it for you.
I don't want you to test it for me. I want you to put through that call whenever it's what wants.
I am afraid that is not possible, madam.
Not possible. And why may I ask?
The system is automatic, madam. If someone is trying to dial your number, there is no way to check whether the call is coming through the system or not, unless the person who is trying to research your complaints to his particular operator.
Awful, stupid, complicated, and meanwhile I've got sit here in my bed, suffering every time the phone rings, imagining everything.
I will try to check it for you, madam.
Check it, check it. That all nobody can do. Of the stupid idiot. Oh, what's the use? Mrs. Stevenson for the rings again. The speak up the river. Hello? Hello? Stop ringing. Do you hear me? Answer me. What do you want? Do you realize you're driving me crazy? Start starring.
Hello? Is this Plaza 42295?
Yes, yes. This is Plaza 4295.
This is Western Union. I have a telegram here for Mrs. Albert Stevenson. Is there any